Hi everyone. So it's been almost 2 weeks that I've been using OnePlus Nord CE 5G. I already made an overview video where I talked about almost everything. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about the three major problems with this phone. The first major problem I want to talk about is the software. Yes, the Oxygen OS. I know a lot of people are buying this phone just because of that Oxygen OS, and it is great, but on this device it has a lot of bugs. I'm not saying it's so bad and it's unusable, but for the reason that are people buying this phone, I think it really disappointed me. Sometimes apps take a lot of time to open, and most of the time gestures do not work for me the way they are supposed to. So most of the time when I try to go to home screen, it takes me to the recent apps. The search section of the app drawer will also ask you to accept a privacy policy which contains using your data and sending your data to their servers. I would suggest clicking on the setup later because search on the device should always stay on your device. There was one another issue that I faced, that my always on display was not working properly. So it was showing me the fingerprint sensor area, but I was not able to see the time. So I tried to use that beta version of that always on display that OnePlus introduced with this phone. But after that I switched to the normal time, but it was not coming there. So what I did, I tried multiple times, keep switching between the multiple always on display, but it did not work. So finally I have to restart the phone to fix it. And after that I was not able to recreate that issue. And there were some bugs on the launcher itself, which could have been neglected if the overall experience was better. But this was not a very good experience. The second major problem is the cameras. So I talked about that in my impression video, and I said that if you want to buy a phone for the cameras, please do not buy this one. And I stand by with my statement. It's just not the sensor. The OnePlus application and the processing of the images are really bad. I actually recorded the screen to show you some issues. The first one was the slow shutter speed. The time it clicks the picture and actually clicks is different. So make sure even after the sound you hold the phone in the same position. Another problem was the processing of the image. I tried without HDR, but the camera was still changing the color tone, and you can see it changing from the viewfinder to the gallery. But when I turned on the HDR and AI was still off, it was still dramatic. You can actually see it changing the dynamic range twice in the gallery. With the AI on, the processing is also really bad. So actually I downloaded the Google camera and it was much better in terms of processing. But do not expect Google camera to change everything. It is not very stable and the sensor itself is not great. Even the night mode is really bad on this device. With Nightscape, the image is really soft. Maybe OnePlus is trying to remove the details to hide the noise. With Nightscape, the white balance is also different. I mean, it's definitely from a different planet. Google camera actually works better with the night side. For the front camera, it has the same slow shutter lag and a very bad HDR. It adds some weird whiteness to my face. Even Google camera was not able to handle the dynamic range on this phone. And if by chance the camera performs well, it adds a lot of sharpness to the images. And I actually don't even want to show you the wide angle camera images. Samsung M21 with that price performs much better than this device. And the last major problem of this device is the price. For the base model, it is still okay because the build quality is good, the display is good, the battery life has been really good as well. The speakers are not good, but on the low volume, you can actually watch some media because this display also supports HDR in Netflix. But the availability of the base model and the color option makes it a bad device to recommend. If you're still okay with that fingerprint magnet and you can get the 6GB version, I think it's a still good device with a good display, lightweight feel and the battery life. I think it's still a good option if you are looking for a device which has less bloatware in this price range, but otherwise do not spend any extra money over this. I would suggest spending a little bit more and get the Samsung A52. Yes, it's not available online, but you can get in offline stores. And if you really want a cleaner experience and a great camera, and if you're willing to take a little bit risk, I would definitely recommend you the Google Pixel 4a. The risk involves the service because in India, the service centers are not really there. They are relying on the third party. But other than that, it's a very good device. So this was my overall experience of this device. If you want to know more about this device, I actually mentioned everything in my impression video, so please go check that out. Please like this video if you want me to waste my money to save yours. My name is Rohit. I'll see you in the next one. Till then.